Hello and welcome to Darius3k's The Lineup Show. I am Spurs for Life and this is Paxton Road TV, and we are going to look at the game Tottenham Hotspur, or should I say Burnley versus Tottenham Hotspur tomorrow at Turf Moor, kickoff 2 p.m. And some of you would say this has to be a must-win game. It's definitely a must-not-lose game for me. We know after the performances at the weekend, not even the weekend, on Thursday, not very good. So we need to do something. So I've got a lineup here. Darius should usually be doing this, but I'm going to take the reins today. Let me see if I can get this up on screen. Okay, right. We're not going to take too long on this one. Might be some surprises in there. Hopefully not. But I'm going to go through the team, which I believe could be the one to start. Let us start with in goal. I think they're obviously going to be, we're going to start off with Lloris in goal. Yeah, obviously Lloris, got to be the number one keeper. Galini, it's not even worth discussing that. Lloris is definitely number one for us. Next up, might be a bit of a surprise for some. I'm going to put Sanchez in here. And the reason I'm going to put Davinson Sanchez in here is because he did play on that left-hand side. He had an awful game. I may have said I don't want to see him play again, but then if you think about it, we haven't really got much choice at the moment. Romero's injured. He could be out till January. Would you trust Japhet Tanganga there? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But I'm going to go with Davinson Sanchez as that right-sided centre-back. I'm going to do some of that for tomorrow. Hope he doesn't get spun. Hope he can redeem himself from the 2 goals which he was at fault for in the game against Ennismora in a week. Let's move on from Ennismora now. Next up, Eric Dier. I think he's probably been our most dependable defender so far, alongside Ben Davies as the left-sided centre-back, so that might give a clue as to who I'm going to be playing as the left-sided centre-back. But I'm going to put Eric Dier here. Can't really fault him for anything that's gone on so far in his reign with Conte. Let's hope he can continue on an upward progression. I feel that his leadership is going to be required at that back, centre of that back three. I think he will at least give us that solidity. Alongside this guy here, number 33, Ben Davies, as you all probably aware, hasn't been my most favourable player in the past, but I will say this, where someone has improved under a manager, and he definitely has improved under, Antonio Conte, particularly in this area, as a left-sided centre-back. He has made a slightly brief appearance as left-back as well, but this is definitely him. What he's able to do is able to then, come out into that left-back area to cover for the next players that are coming up. Let's look at the wing-backs in the system. Right-hand side, I think Emerson, don't want to see Doherty again, ever again. So, obviously, Emerson has to be playing at that right wing-back. People have been talking about, Stevie Bergwijn could be a player that could potentially, go as a right wing-back. Antonio Conte has improved players in that particular area, if we know Victor Moses. But I think Emerson is definitely one of those players that's going to be in that position unless anybody else can come and take it. But at the moment, he's the only one I think can take that shirt. We've talked about Japhet Tanganga. Is he really a right-sided player in terms of a fullback area? I don't think he's good enough at wing-back personally. He could be a right fullback, but yeah, I think Japhet Tanganga might not make this team tomorrow. As I mentioned already, Reguilon, left-sided wing-back, definitely the one for me. Has looked like he's more attacking threat. Both these wing-backs actually have a bit of an attacking threat about them. And that's where our creativity is going to probably have to come from as we look into the midfield. These wing-backs in this have to get forward. If you play in a back three and you're pinned back as a 5, it ain't going to work. So we've got to take the game to Burnley. We definitely have to take the game to Burnley tomorrow. And I hope that can be done. Looking further forward, yes, Pierre. So some would say he's not quite at the races as he was last season, but this guy's played an awful lot of football. He's played an awful lot of football. I just hope that he doesn't suffer from burnout. He's played 50 league games on the trot for us, meaning not playing in all but 1 minute of that. 1 minute of football out of 50 Premier League games. That's a lot of football to have played. And obviously his exploits with Denmark as well. We all know that. Oliver Skipp missed the last game against Leeds through suspension. I think he's got to come back into this game. There is a talk about Harry Winks. Is Harry Winks the player that you guys want to see? Again, put that in the comments section below. I don't want to see Harry Winks. I'd rather see a combination of Højbjerg and Skip. Definitely more solidity. Some would question whether or not we have enough creativity in these two players, but I think we've got to look to other areas of the pitch for our creativity. As I said, the wing backs for me have to be the ones that provide that by getting into the box, getting crosses in for the forward lineup. And we'll go into this forward lineup. That forward lineup now consists of, I think it's going to have to be Lucas Moura. Steven Bergwijn's not fit. Brian Hill, would you play him after his exploits in midweek? I'm not so sure. And Lucas Moura, to be fair, has been one of the bright sparks. Yes, we know his final ball isn't always the best, but he's created a lot and has had the assists in recent games for us. Is his end product going to improve over time? Let's see what Conte can do with him. But, you know, the likes of Ndombele hasn't proven. Lo Celso's now injured as well, so I can't, you know, honestly say that we've got anybody else that's going to provide that inspiration, that bit of creativity. Although, you know, we know that Moura does play as a bit of a headless chicken running down alleys. But I think he's going to improve, and I think he's going to be the one. You know, his effort level's always high for us. He tries every single game. I've very rarely seen him not put the effort in. It's just that quality. But Son, in recent times, has probably been marked out of a lot of games. You know, even though he made his cameo appearance against Enes Moura in the week, wasn't the Son that we're used to seeing. He does go through these little bits of spells where he's not quite, you know, firing on all cylinders. I think because he has set such high standards for us, when his game does drop, it's noticeable, and his game has noticeably dropped. Whether or not that again is due to the international traveling that he's been doing, playing a lot of games for us, etc., etc. Just the whole state of how the players are within the club at the moment. You know, we all know that there is not quite the togetherness as there should be. Even Conte's alluded to that. The quality is not as high as it should be. There's some players who may be too comfortable at Spurs, and I don't think Son's one of them, but it may be that some things are rubbing off on him. But let's hope that he can get back to his firing ways. We need him. We definitely need him to be firing all cylinders for Spurs to be playing well as well. Last but not least, Harry Kane in the number 10 shirt, probably the number 10 position, which what he always likes to be playing at this stage of his career. But we want to see him in the box. Do you want to see Harry Kane in the box, as in a traditional number 9? You know, all of this stuff of going into the areas, you know, playing in and around that 10 area. Yes, I know we lack creativity. Yes, I know Harry Kane can spray that ball. I know he can play all that passes, but you need Harry Kane to be passing to Harry Kane, as someone said in one of the earlier streams that we've done. I want to see Harry Kane in the box. Let them wing backs get forward. Let them get the crossing. Let's see if you can put them ball into the back of the net, Harry. Come on, do it for us. We need a win. I've already predicted a draw. Bit pessimistic, I know, but I just think after the exploits that we've had in midweek, this game is not one of the ones that you want to be playing. You don't want to be against Turf Moor. You don't want to be playing them on a cold, you know, November's day, but we're going to have to. Leave your comments below. What do you think of that team? If I'm honest with you, it's going to be a difficult game. It really is going to be a difficult game against Burnley. Some say that, you know, Burnley being in 18th place, we should be looking to beat them comfortably. I'm not sure about comfortable. I think it's going to be a tough game. You know, they've scored 12 goals. I think we've only scored 11 in the league, so it's not going to be an easy one. But I'm hopeful. So if you can, leave your comments about that team below. I want to hear from you all. Is that the team you want to see tomorrow? I'll just go through that again, just so the people on Spotify or any other forum which you're listening to. Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Dier, Davis make up the back three. Then Emerson, right fullback, wing back. Left sided is Reguilon. Midfield two of Højbjerg and Skip. And the front three of Moura, Son, and Kane. If that's the team for you, I'd like to see you put that in the comment. If there's any other suggestions as to who you might think could get a game tomorrow, I'd also like to see that in the suggestions. Like, subscribe, share, comment, Paxton Road TV. Please keep on supporting us. Smash that like button. Also, subscribe if you're new. This has been the Darius3k's lineup with your Sam Spurs for life in the hot seat. And I think that is enough for now. I'm going to be out. So, fans, we'll see you again soon.